Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are picking up right where we left off last episode, and we are putting in some anchorages. We are getting rid of pretty much all of our bastions, because I don't think there's a huge amount of point to them anymore. They might be useful now and then, but ultimately I would rather take an active defense, I think. So we'll put in resource silos there. Wonderful. And then we've got one more bastion here to get rid of. So we'll get rid of these anchorages, or rather we'll switch these over to anchorages, not get rid of anchorages. That would be counterproductive. Absolutely counterproductive. But we will go ahead and get this one set up as well. There we go. Excellent. So we should start seeing our naval cap coming up pretty dramatically. Now, one thing I'm wondering is why we're down to 1699. I think it has to do with our crime, actually. I really do. So we need to address that, for sure. Now, these guys are the guys that are creating the crime for us, right? So that is something that I'm not a fan of. I'd prefer that they didn't do that, in all honesty. Now, there's a lot of it, of course, that is just because we just need to change them over to a different way of thinking, shall we put it. We should definitely replace this. Actually, I'm not going to replace this fortress for now. I'm just going to, since we've got open building slots, I'm going to put in a Psi Corps here. I'm also going to launch an anti-crime campaign. And we are going to put in, of all things, this might be a little surprising, but we're going to put in a mineral purification plant here. And we're going to put in a mining district. I'm sure that these awakened Empire citizens will love being put to work in the mines. I can't imagine that they'll have any problem with that at all. What else do we want to put in here? Well, we may actually want to put in precinct houses, because just the single Psi Corps may not be enough. We're also going to want to grab a system capital complex. Now, Cradle here has a lot of unemployment. We do have this Psi Corps. We definitely want to grab a system capital complex. And I'm going to put in a mining district, and I'm actually going to replace 2 city districts with mining districts as well. That's not going to be enough to put all these people to work, but it's a start. Now, over here, we're at 94% crime. We don't actually have anti-crime campaigns here. We should do that over here as well, now that I'm thinking about that. And we should put in Psi Corps. Excellent. And I'm also going to put in another precinct house. Eventually, the stability over here will come up, but that's okay. We are going to need a chamber of elevation here. We're also going to need a Psi Corps. We are currently lacking a planetary capital, though. Okay, noted. This is a lot of mining districts that we can put in, and we also want to put in a housing district to deal with that. Yes, increase the benefits to unemployment. That is completely fine. We don't have any sort of a shortage there. Like, literally none. Chamber of Elevation is kind of the top priority right now in getting all of these into our new worlds. We've got one here. We don't have one here. Okay. Vassalization happened. Essentially, anywhere where we don't already have a Chamber of Elevation, we need one. Because we want to change these pops over to our pops, naturally. I'm going to replace this alloy foundry. I would usually never do that, but we're honestly doing more than fine on alloys. Chamber of Elevations in all of the locations is what we're going for. In Agriculture Ring World, you get a Chamber of Elevation. Excellent. After all, we got a necrophage, and anybody will necrophage just as well as anyone else. Oh, we have one here already. Okay, well, we could replace this civilian actually, we're going to have to repair it. That makes me a little sad. But we're going to replace this hydroponics farm with a Chamber of Elevation. Excellent. A society research has finished up, and let's grab army health as well as kinetic weapon attack speed. Excellent. This factory station will get a Chamber of Elevation. We've already got one on Bear's Fruit. Need one here. And one here. Excellent. Oh, we need a chamber of elevation here. And it looks like we're starting to get up to where we've already got one. I'm just going to go through and double check every world. This one does not have any chamber of elevation. And it needs one, actually. I'm going to change this research lab, this unupgraded one, into a chamber of elevation. And we're just going to check all of these other worlds. Okay, we don't have one here. We're actually lacking one here as well. And what do we want to replace? We've got a lot of available pops. Population is primarily Grim One. I suppose we could replace this alloy nanoplant, but that's going to create a lot more jobs. Maybe we'll just leave this world for now. You definitely become a chamber of elevation. And honestly, same with you. These level 1 research centers or hydroponics farms are pretty good targets for turning into a chamber of elevation. We don't have one here, which makes me a little bit sad. We can't really afford to get rid of anything here right now, though, so we'll have to come back to that one. Level 1 civilian replicators would be a good thing to change, but I'm going to just do that. That's a level 2 civilian replicator, which is certainly not ideal. Hello. We can grab a system capital complex. And we can replace this with a chamber of elevation. Fantastic. Anything else missing a chamber of elevation? At this point, there probably shouldn't be unless it was destroyed in the Robot Rebellion and never got rebuilt. Like here, apparently. Or perhaps I may have chosen to remove it at some point. That's a thing that may have happened, I suppose. Okay. There is our chamber of elevations done. Our chambers of elevation, really, is how I should have pluralized that. We need housing here. Easy enough. Okay, let's continue for now. We are still a little bit negative on our rare crystals, but I feel like that is actually taken care of. I don't know that for a fact, but we'll see. This is a bureaucratic center, apparently. We are going to put in a mining district, and we're also going to put in a mineral purification plant. Excellent. That'll be fine. This is an urban world. I would love to put in some commerce megaplexes and a galactic stock exchange. We're going to make this one into a commercial world. Excellent. Allegedly a bureaucratic center. I feel like we don't really need one. So instead, I'm going to make this commercial for now. This is a rural world. I really don't like that. We're going to make that be an urban world. This generator world, it does need people resettled. It also needs an anti-crime campaign. In fact, we should probably go through these and check for anywhere that needs an anti-crime campaign, since we're nearing our influence cap. So let's actually start at the bottom. And that is the anti-crime campaign there. We have not launched one here. No, I don't want to resettle. I want to launch an anti-crime campaign. Excellent. We've got one here. We may as well launch one here. Yeah. I think if we can cut down on our crime, that will help us tremendously. We can't launch an anti-crime campaign here, perhaps because we only have 5% crime. We have 13% here, and we can launch an anti-crime campaign. So I'm guessing that's what's going on. But yeah, we should, I think, go through these, and, well, we can grab a couple of new technologies to work on. There we go. And then we can continue our work on the anti-crime campaigns. We don't actually need one here. Some of these have 0% crime, and that is very, very nice. Yeah, a lot of these up here are at 0% crime. Oh, hello. This is robot assembly ceased. Technically, we can resume robot assembly. There's nothing to resume, but we can put in an anti-crime campaign. We're lacking some housing here. This is a research lab, and I'm actually going to replace that with a luxury residence. Okay, we can put in an anti-crime campaign here. Can we put one in here? Yeah, we can. Perfect. But probably not here. Yeah, that's not a thing. Housing here? Easy. Excellent. And we're at 0 crime, so that is wonderful to see. We do already have an anti-crime campaign here. Okay, sounds good. And we need housing here. That's easy enough. We'll put in a luxury residence. If I can not scroll past it, if I can remember that the L is not exactly at the end of the alphabet. That is apparently a difficult thing for me. Okay, any more of these? We've got an anti-crime campaign here. So that seems okay. We could use one here, I think. Anti-crime campaign. And of course, we should probably think about attacking the people that are creating this crime. That's a thing that we could do. Is this a level 2 alloy foundry? It is. I'm actually going to replace that with a Psycore here. Excellent. Over here, we appear to be doing just fine. So we're going to leave that be for now.
A study has been completed.
2 unemployment. Yeah, that's fine. 32% crime here. Not a ton we can do about that other than resettle some of these guys over to this commercial ring world. And that's something we'll do. We'll move the unemployment. And is there anyone employed as criminals here? Yeah, there is. We can't move a criminal, though. Okay. Excellent. Well, I think that will help us pretty dramatically. Energy credits from jobs. Okay, that's fine. And we'll grab army damage, as well as this. Excellent. Additional crime on Cradle. Wonderful. So, with that, the question now becomes, do we want to attack? The answer is probably. We could expel their corporations rather than doing a total war. As always, they're overreaching. Or we could do a total war and wipe them out. All of them. I'm going to wait to do that, though. I want to get our fleets into position. But I think that is the decision there. The first combat fleet can be there. That's actually completely fine. The second combat fleet, we're going to move up to terminal egress. Specifically, we're going to park right outside the L gate. The third combat fleet will move to this position. The fourth combat fleet is in a reasonable spot. We'll move over to there. And we'll also position these guys over here. This is going to be an awkward route to take. It's going to be a very awkward route to take. And I would actually rather that the Ether Hatchling take its time and come this direction. Like that. It'll take it a little longer, but I think it'll be safer to go that way. We're going to send the 5th and 6th up over this way. And they're just going to position to go into these locations. And actually, I'm going to bring these guys up here first. Which way are they going? Yeah, that's awkward. We're going to take them up here. And then go there. Excellent. The 7th Combat Fleet can position defensively over here. And the 8th Combat Fleet is just kind of chilling over here. It can position up over this way defensively. Okay, so let's start getting into position for this war. We are going to declare it. I want that crime gone as soon as we can. In the meantime, however, we do have additional stations that we need to be working on. So let's just go through these anchorages. Aha, here's one. Put in a pair of extra anchorages there. Wonderful. And we're just looking for changes here, things that we need to address. Like this one, where we can change this over to a naval logistics office.
Construction venture completed.
Wonderful. Same thing over here. We can bump this over to a naval logistics office. Which will, of course, increase our overall naval cap by a pretty dramatic amount, honestly. Maybe to the point where we can afford to get ourselves another fleet.
A study.
We can have up to 10 Titans right now. That is insane, considering how limited we are right now by our naval capacity. It's definitely a thing. We want a naval logistics office here as well. Excellent. We've got one there. These are all trade hubs, and they're fine as they are. We're going to need a naval logistics office here. Oh, wait, that's a trade hub as well. Never mind. What am I talking about? Oh, yeah, that's the one that I decided to keep. It can just kind of chill. That's fine. Okay, we're going to need army damage, and let's go for defense platform hull points. Wonderful. So, once we're in position with our Colossus is going to probably be the last one to be in position. Yeah, once we're in position with the Colossus, then we'll just assume that we're all in position, and we'll go on in. But that may be a little bit yet. But I definitely want to wipe out the Clagians. I'm not okay with them. One thing I did want to check, just to verify. Yeah, we did Shine Divine this. Of course we did, but I wanted to double check that. However, our crime rate is coming down nicely on some of these. Not so nicely on this world. That's a big yikes there. See, if we look over here, it's the Clagians. They're the problem. And so, we must eliminate them. It must be done. While we're waiting, actually, there's not that much waiting to do at this point. We honestly may as well go. I think it's fine. I'm not going to declare on the Corinth Temple of Renewal. I'm going to declare on the Clagian Holy Enterprise. We're going to declare war on them. We're going to do a total war. And we're just going to eliminate them from the game. That's the goal here.
We have declared war.
Excellent. We're going to move our construction ship out of there. And we're going to tick forward 2 days. Perfect. Next, we're going to attack over here. And we're going to attack over here. We are going to attack over this way with just the 4th Combat Fleet. We're going to push in. I actually probably should have been in Voldop, because this is slightly inefficient. That is a lot of tiny little fleets. That's a whole lot of tiny little fleets that add up to one relatively big fleet. I feel like that's basically their whole navy. And it absolutely is, actually. That is their whole navy. Okay, so we're going to attack over here as well. We're spread a little bit on the thin side. There's no doubt about that. But we're going to wipe these guys out. And the goal of this war is to completely eliminate the Clagian Holy Enterprise. I want them to have nothing left. Literally nothing.
A station is under attack.
Like, I want them to cease to exist. Okay, we're being attacked in Corinth. That's not a threat, though. Now, I am seeing these guys here. That is a bit of a threat. But that's okay. I'm not too concerned. Actually, why don't you just jump drive out of there? There we go. Excellent. So our goal is to eliminate the Clagians. And at the same time, we may as well finish these guys off. 261k. Our fleets are pretty powerful at this point, honestly. Excellent. So we have taken Formalhaut, and we will come on in. We're going to tell the Colossus here to go ahead and shine Divine Gentle Winds, and at the same time, we are going to begin our invasion of Gentle Winds. Wonderful. So yeah, I fully want the Clagians to no longer exist. They are splitting up their forces, which is good to see. This is us, of course, that hold that. Okay, we are going to jump drive to here, just to make sure that they don't take this. I think they will take that if we don't jump. Actually, maybe not. We just took out a big chunk of them. But regardless, we're going to jump drive up here and ensure that this remains under our control. Excellent. Okay, we're going to continue pushing in over this way. These guys are now freed up, and we are going to tell them to make their way down over here. These guys are also freed up at this point. I'm going to leave these up here, though. They're going to go ahead and reinforce, just in case there's any retreats over here. I guess we could grab Leader Lifespan. That'll do. Excellent.
An enemy planet has been secured.
Okay, and now we are going to continue taking over territory over here. We're going to land on New Light next. And we are 8% on charging that weapon. Yeah, that's always going to be a little on the slow side. But look at this. Our naval cap is going quite well. We're currently at 40 out of 39 starbases. We probably want to get rid of this one. This is a good option for downgrade. And so we shall. Okay, if the game stops freezing, there we go, we will attack into Vilth. And we are fighting these guys down over here. I am noticing that they're pretty strong. What is 189 plus 155? That's 344. Okay, so they're definitely a little stronger than we are. We're going to move down to here. And I would like to pause the game right now. Please pause. Thank you. We're going to back off here if we can. I'm not convinced that we can. They may not let us, but we're going to try. And just try to buy ourselves a little bit of time here. Okay, we did manage to back off. Perfect. I'm noticing this force here. Okay. So here's the idea. These guys have already jump drived. 146 days on that one. That's okay. We've got these guys available. We've got this combat fleet. These guys can head up to here. I had an idea, but it hinged on these guys not being on jump drive cooldown, which they absolutely are. That's okay. These guys are not on jump drive cooldown. The question is, where are these guys going? They're just kind of chilling here. Okay. We're going to cancel this, of course. And we're going to jump drive to here. These guys actually backed off. That's not the best strategy for them, if I'm honest. They shouldn't have backed off. So we're going to jump drive down. Take that Malice, and we are going to group up over here. It looks like they might be just trying to group up, which is fine. They can do that. We're going to attack over here, and let's see how we're doing up in this region. Okay, we've gotten New Light. We're now going to go land on Pollen Cloud. Wonderful. Okay, month tick coming in. Perfect. Institute those increased benefits. What are we out of? Or no, we're not out of anything. Never mind. I was confused. We're gonna run out of rare crystals, though. Okay. We can solve that. Another refinery or factory station. That would actually be fine, too. Let's go ahead and put in... Why did I scroll up? I want another synthetic crystal plant. Okay. There we go. There's our rare crystals taken care of. And now we're just waiting for these guys to get grouped up here. And then in we go.
An enemy planet has been secured.
Excellent. We've taken this planet up here. That's not a surprise, of course. How are we doing on firing? Well, we're working on it. Okay. This is the big battle here. But where's the other battle happening at? Okay, they are attacking us over here. This was expected to happen. And I'm not concerned about it. These guys are actually... Do they have their jump drive available? They do. They're actually going to just come up here. I'm not even going to jump drive them, I don't think. They can move up. And these guys can go grab Runa. Excellent. At any rate, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to see if we can catch this force. I doubt we can, but it'll still be interesting to see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.